Hello all, this is going to be my last lecture on other movements for civil rights. I do have one more lecture this week. Um, this last lecture is on a topic that I know is kind of controversial. It's affirmative action, and what I'm going to do is talk about the ways in which it's legal and it's not legal and give an overview of it. I hope that as we study these different topics, we're studying a lot of controversial topics at the end of week 7. And I hope that you'll genuinely take a look at some of these topics and think that maybe the things you've understood from other people and the media is not always the straightforward history of the way things have happened. So, the affirmative action overview. Just adjust for a second. Affirmative actions are policies. Action policies are those in which an institution or organization actively engages in an effort to improve opportunities for historically excluded groups in American society. Affirmative action policies often focus on employment and education. In institutions of higher education, affirmative action refers to mission policies that provide equal access to education for those groups that have been historically excluded or underrepresented, such as women and minorities. Controversy surrounds the constitutionality of affirmative action programs and has made the topic one of heated debate. So like I said, I understand that these last 2 lectures in particular are going to be a little controversial. I hope that you guys will, maybe put some thought and maybe some of your own research into it. So in 1978, Alan Bakke sued the University of California. The quota system at the medical school of the University of California at Davis was ruled unconstitutional. It set aside 16 out of 100 seats for minorities. And the specific ruling, despite what some people believe, is that the quota system was illegal, not affirmative action in general. And basically what the court ruled was that you may consider race as one of the factors for enrollment, but what you cannot do is put in place a quota system like that reserves seats. And then, for example, Grutter versus Bollinger and Gratz versus Bollinger affirmed and refined the Supreme Court's position on affirmative action a quarter of century after the original regents of the University of California v. Bakke. The court made it clear that affirmative action programs are only constitutional if they consider race as a factor in an individualized evaluation and only to achieve the goals of class diversity. And then it says, however, with 2 new justices joining the court in 2006, the approach may soon become less permissive. So I know this is a super short lecture, really just 1 slide, but it's an extremely important topic, and I didn't feel like it could be necessarily lumped in with either one of my other lectures. So, in conclusion, affirmative action itself is not unconstitutional. Some forms of it have been declared constitutional and continue to be declared constitutional. And I just want to make sure that I say that the goals of affirmative action are to level the playing field. They're to give minorities, in particular, the rights that they've not had up to this point, and that historically they've been held back from. So this is my reference slide. There's an overview of affirmative action if you're not really familiar with it or you just want to learn more. I hope you'll check that out. And then a link to both the cases so that you can look at those also. Thanks, guys.